Hello students, in the last class we have studied about the IUPAC rules to name the coordination compounds. In the today's class we are going to study about the IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compounds with the bridge ligands and some of the examples for the IUPAC names of coordination compounds. Okay, as we already know, what is bridge ligand? Bridge ligand is a ligand which is simultaneously bonded to two metal ions. Then they are called as bridge ligands. The ligands which have more than one lone pair of electrons can bind to the two metal ions simultaneously. Those type of ligands are called as bridge ligands. Okay, then how to name the coordination compounds with the bridging ligands? Okay, here ligands are separated from the rest of the complex by hyphen and denoted by a prefix mu. Okay, we have to write the prefix mu before the name of the bridging ligands. Okay, all the rules are same. First we have to write the cation, then anion. The ligands are arranged in a alphabetical order. We have to mention the oxidation state of the central metal ion. All those rules are same, but extra here is we have to mention the prefix mu before the name of the bridging group. Okay, we can see the example here. Okay, which is the bridging ligand here? There are two OH groups. They act as a bridging ligand because OH group is simultaneously bonded to two cobalt ions. And ammonia is a normal ligand and OH is a bridging ligand. While writing the IUPAC name of these compounds, we have to calculate the oxidation state of cobalt, that is important. Then how to calculate the oxidation state of the central metal ion in the bridging coordination compound. Okay, see the step 1 here. While calculating the oxidation state, first we have taken normal ligand, that is ammonia, the first group. Okay, this first group has a cobalt with the 4 ammonia. Okay, 4 ammonia. Cobalt is bonded to 4 ammonia. Ammonia is a neutral ligand, therefore 4 into 0. What we have written? 4 into 0 because ammonia is a neutral ligand. Plus, after ammonia there is a cobalt. Okay, we have to calculate the oxidation state of cobalt, therefore we have to write X for this. Next, after the cobalt there are two bridging groups, that is two OH groups. Each OH has a -1 charge, therefore -1 for one OH, another -1 for another OH. Then plus we have cobalt, we don't know the oxidation state, therefore we have to take X. Plus again there are 4 ammonia molecules, therefore 4 into 0, that is equal to plus 4. Why plus 4? Because oxidation state, net charge on the complex ion is plus 4. It is attached to sulfate. Each sulfate has -2 charge. Into there are 2 sulfate. It means -4. Therefore, net charge on the complex ion becomes plus 4. Okay, like this we have to calculate the oxidation state. Okay, 4 into 0, 0, X, another X becomes 2X, -1, -2, that goes to that side becomes plus 2. Therefore, 2X is equal to 6. For 2 cobalt ion, the net charge is 6. Therefore, X is equal to plus 3. It means cobalt has oxidation state plus 3. Each cobalt has oxidation state plus 3. Okay, after calculating the oxidation state, we have to write the IUPAC name. For ligands which act as a bridging ligand before the name of the bridging ligand, we have to write the prefix mu. Okay, then how to write the name? Name is written as, first cobalt has 4 amine group, therefore tetramine. Okay, we have to use small t. Okay, you use small letter t while writing the name. Tetramine. Next, the ligand is cobalt. Tetramine cobalt. Oxidation state of the cobalt is 3. Therefore, Roman letter 3. Okay, next bridging ligands are same here, 2 OH groups. Therefore, while writing the name of the bridging ligand, we have to use the prefix mu. Therefore, hyphen, mu, again hyphen. There are 2 bridging hydroxo groups. Therefore, dihydroxo. We have to write dihydroxo. Then again there is a one more cobalt with a 4 ammonia molecule. Therefore, again we have to write tetramine cobalt. Then the outside the bracket there is a sulfate ion. Therefore, sulfate. Tetramine cobalt 3 mu dihydroxo tetramine cobalt 3 sulfate. Like this we have to write the UPAC name of the coordination compound with the bridging ligand. Okay, here are some more examples for the bridging polynuclear complexes. Okay, first one, again there are central metal ion is cobalt, bridging ligand is amide group NH2. Okay, bridging ligand is amide group. It is bonded to 2 cobalt central metal ions, and again the central metal ions has ammonia as a ligands. Okay, first we have to write the normal ligand, that is 5 ammonia molecules. Therefore, we had written pentamine. After pentamine, we have to write the central metal ion cobalt. Oxidation state is 3. Next, bridging ligand is NH2. Before writing the name of the NH2, we have to write mu amido. Again, it has central metal ion, the ligand amine. Therefore, tetramine. One water molecule, aqua. Central metal ion is cobalt 3 chloride. Pentamine, cobalt 3 mu amido tetramine aqua cobalt 3 chloride. Okay, yeah. Next one, second example. Here bridging ligand is NH2 and NO2. There are 2 bridging ligands. Both the ligands are different. NH2 is amide, NO2 is nitro. Okay, in the organic chemistry we use amide for CONH2. But for here, amide is used for NH2 group. NH2 is a negative ligand, therefore we have to write amido. Okay, this complex is symmetric. Why it is symmetric? Because it has a same number of ligands attached to the central metal ion cobalt. One cobalt is bonded to 4 ammonia here, and here also it is attached to 4 ammonia. 4 ammonia molecules here, 4 ammonia molecules here. This type of complexes are called as symmetric bridged polynuclear complexes. For this case, we can write the UPAC name in 3 ways. For such examples, we can write the UPAC name in 3 ways. Okay, first one, we have to mention the names of the bridging ligands. Therefore, mu amido NH2 group, mu amido, mu nitro. There are 2 bridging ligands. They are also arranged in a alphabetical order. Mu amido, mu nitro. Okay, 2 groups are symmetric or identical. Therefore, we are using bis. The part is complex one. Therefore, we are using the prefix bis. Bis. How many ammonia are there? 4 ammonia. Therefore, bis tetramine cobalt 3. Mu amido, mu nitro, bis tetramine cobalt 3. Or we can also write it as mu amido, mu nitro. Okay. First we have to write the bridging ligands, mu amido, mu nitro. In total, there are Here 4 ammonia and here 4 ammonia. There are total 8 amine groups. Therefore, octamine, what we have written, octamine, then cobalt 3, mu amido, mu nitro, octamine, dicobalt 3. This is also correct. Or we can write the name in another way also, third way. Okay, we start with the left side and the name ends with the right side. Okay, from the left side it has 4 ammonia, tetramine, okay, then cobalt 3, oxidation state 3, then comes the bridging ligands, mu amido, mu nitro, tetramine, cobalt. Then the oxidation state again is 3. Like this we have to write the UPAC names for the coordination compound with the bridging ligand with the symmetric groups. When it is a symmetric, we can write the name in 3 ways. First, mu amido, mu nitro, since the groups are same, there are 2 units, therefore bis, tetramine, cobalt 3, or mu amido, mu nitro, in total there are 4 amine, therefore octamine, 2 cobalt, therefore dicobalt 3, or tetramine, cobalt 3, mu amido, mu nitro, tetramine, cobalt 3. Okay. Next, third example. Here bridging ligands NH2 and NO2. Bridging ligand is amide group and oxo group. Okay, for this we have to write the name. First we have to see whether the molecule is symmetric or not. Okay, it is also symmetric because it has a ClNH3 thrice. Here also ClNH3 thrice. ClNH3 thrice and ClNH3 thrice. Mu amido, bridging ligand is NH2. Mu amido, mu, for oxygen we use superoxo. Mu amido, mu superoxo, or we can also write as dioxygen also. Mu amido, mu superoxo, bis. There are 3 ammonia, therefore triamine, chlorine again, therefore chloro, cobalt 3. Mu amido, mu superoxo, or mu dioxygen, bis, triamine, chloro, cobalt. Again here ligands are arranged in a alphabetical order. Don't see the prefix tri here. We have to see the first letter of the ligand. Therefore amine and chloro. Triamine, chloro, cobalt 3. Next, fourth example. Same here also ligand is amide and oxygen. Therefore tetramine, cobalt 3. Okay, tetramine, cobalt 3. This is not a symmetric complex. Okay, because here cobalt has 4 ammonia molecule in the left side. Here it has a cobalt bonded to 4 ammonia. Here it is here the cobalt is bonded to ammonia and chloride. In such cases, there is only one way to name the one way to write the UPAC name. Okay, we have to start from the left side and ends with the right side. Okay, starts from the ammonia, therefore tetramine, it is bonded to, starts from this side and end at the last right side. 4 ammonia, therefore tetramine, it is bonded to cobalt, therefore cobalt 3. The ligand is amido, therefore mu amido, mu superoxo. In this side it is bonded to 2 ammonia and 2 chlorine. They are arranged in alphabetical order. Therefore diamine, dichloro, cobalt 3. Okay, understood? Tetramine, since it is not a symmetric complex, there is only one way to write the UPAC name. Remember this. When the symmetric, we can write the name in 3 ways. When it is unsymmetrical, we have to write in 1 way. That is tetramine, cobalt 3, mu amide, mu superoxo, diamine, dichloro, cobalt 3. Okay, see the note here. Symmetric bridged dinuclear complex can be named in any 3 methods. and as shown in earlier example, that is 1, 2, 3. But an unsymmetric complex can be named only in one method, as given in the fourth example. Okay, next one. Bridging ligands are identical, that is chlorine. Therefore, di. When they are identical, we can write di, tri. Di, mu, chloro. This is the bridge ligands. Di, mu, chloro. Symmetric, the ligand is symmetric, therefore bis, trichlorostanyl, SN is stanyl, dichlorostanyl, and the central metal ion is rhodium. Since it is an anionic complex, we have to add ATE, therefore it becomes rhodate. Di, mu, chloro, bis. There are 3 chloride ions, therefore trichloro, and the ion is stanyl rhodate. Oxidation state of rhodium here is 1. Okay, next one. Bridging ligand is NH and O2. If it is NH2, then we have to write amido. NH, for NH we use imido. Mu imido, mu superoxo. Okay, En is ethylene diamine. In short, we use the abbreviation En, ethylene diamine for En. Mu superoxo, mu imido for NH, for O2 mu superoxo. Okay, it is also having identical groups or asymmetric groups. Therefore, tetrakis. Why tetrakis? Because there are 4 En groups. Here 2 En and here 2 En. Therefore, tetrakis ethylene diamine. It has 2 cobalt, dicobalt 3. In the outside the complex there is a nitrate group. Therefore, we have to write outside nitrate. Okay. Mu imido for NH, mu superoxo for O2. Here 2 En and here 2 En, 2, 2, 4. Already it has di inside in the name, therefore we use tetrakis. And the ligand name is ethylene diamine. Then the central metal ion is cobalt. There are 2 cobalt, dicobalt, 3 nitrate. Next one. Here there are 3 OH groups, 3 OH bridge ligands. Therefore, tri-mu hydroxo. Tri-mu hydroxo. Identical units they have. Therefore, bis triamine chromium 3. Tri-mu hydroxo bis triamine chromium 3. Or we can also write it as tri-mu hydroxo. In total, there are 6 ammonia. Therefore, hexamine dicobalt. Okay, these are the examples for the coordination compounds with the bridge ligands. Okay, in the last one, same, it has a bridge ligand NH and OH, and the other ligands ethylene diamine. Okay, bis ethylene diamine, cobalt 3, mu imido, mu hydroxo, again another unit bis ethylene diamine, cobalt 3 ion. Or we can also write it as tetrakis ethylene diamine, mu imido, mu hydroxo, tetrakis ethylene diamine, cobalt 3 ion. Okay, next, a naming of the coordination complex with the ambidentate ligand. Ambidentate ligand means the ligand which have a more than 2 donor sites. Okay, it may attach with either sulfur. Here for the example K2 PTSN6. Here ambidentate ligand is SCN. It can bond with the central metal ion either by sulfur or nitrogen. Okay, it have 2 donor sites. Out of these 2, it can bond with only one with the central metal ion. These type of ligands are called as ambidentate ligand. Okay, while writing the UPAC name of the complex with ambidentate ligand, the rules are same. First we have to write the name of the cation, then the anion. If in the complex ion, first we have to write the names of the ligands. If the ligands are different, they are arranged in alphabetical order. Then we have to write the name of central metal ion. Then we have to mention the oxidation state of the central metal ion in a Roman numerals. Extra here is, after writing the name of the central ligand, that is ambidentate ligand, we have to mention the attaching site. For example, in the SCN thiocyanate ion, it has a attaching site sulfur and nitrogen. If it is bonded through the nitrogen, then we have to mention N, capital N, after the name of the bridge ambidentate ligand. If the ligand is bonded through the sulfur, then we have to mention the sulfur, that is S, after the name of the ambidentate ligand. Okay, for example, here we have written the name. Cation is potassium. Okay, therefore potassium. The complex part is anion. Okay, because it has a 2- charge. Okay, here we have to write the name of the ligands first. There are 6 thiocyanate ion. Therefore, hexathiocyanato. Hexathiocyanato. This thiocyanate ion bonded to the platinum through the sulfur. Therefore, write the hyphen, then sulfur. S means sulfur, again hyphen, then the central metal ion is platinum. Since it is an anionic complex, we have to add ATE after the name of platinum. Therefore, it becomes platinate. Then the oxidation state is 4. Like this, we have to write the name of the complex with the ambidentate ligand. Okay, next, here are the some of the examples for the coordination compounds and their UPAC names. First, there is a list of anionic complexes. Anionic complex means the complex ion has a negative charge. First one, K3FeC2O4. C2O4 is oxalate ion, that is a ligand. Okay, how to write the name? K3 potassium, cation is potassium, therefore potassium. Then we have to write the name of the complex ion. In the complex ion, we have to write the name of ligands. It has a 3 oxalate, therefore potassium trioxalato. Central metal ion is Fe. Since it is an anionic complex, we have to write ferrate. Potassium trioxalato, ferrate, and the oxidation state is 3. Okay, you have to practice how to calculate the oxidation state and how to write the UPAC names. Second example, Na3LF6, cation is sodium, therefore sodium. 6 fluoride ions, therefore hexafluoroaluminate. It is also an anionic complex, therefore aluminate. And the oxidation status of aluminium is 3. Next one, third one, calcium. The cation is calcium, therefore we have written calcium. The ligands in the complex ion is cyanide, 6 cyanide ion, hexacyano, then ferrate. Calcium hexacyanoferrate. Oxidation state of Fe is 2, therefore Roman letter 2. Next one, in the outside the bracket there is mercury cation, therefore mercuric. Inside the bracket it has ambidentate ligand, therefore SCN. It is bonded to the cobalt by sulfur, therefore in total there are 4 SCN, therefore tetrathiocyanato. It is bonded through the sulfur, therefore we have to mention sulfur S. Then the central metal ion is cobalt. After the cobalt we have to add suffix ATE, therefore it becomes cobaltate. Oxidation state is 2. Mercuric tetrathiocyanate S cobaltate. Next example, Na2CrOF4. Cation is sodium. It has two types of ligand, oxygen and fluorine. They are arranged in alphabetical order. Tetrafluoro. Okay, don't see tetra because it is a prefix. You have to see the letter of the ligand. First letter of the ligand. Tetrafluorooxo. For single oxygen, oxo. Tetrafluorooxo. And the central metal ion is chromium. Since it is an anionic complex, chromate. Oxidation state is 4. Next one, Na2Ni En. En is ethylene diamine. En stands for ethylene diamine. Sodium, cation is sodium. Okay, it has a four type of ligand. En neutral ligand, SO4 negative ligand, bromine negative ligand, H2O neutral ligand. They are arranged in a alphabetical order. Okay, first aqua. Okay, water aqua. Whatever may be the type of the ligand, they are arranged in a alphabetical order. Aqua, then bromine, therefore dibromo. Aqua, dibromo. Next, En means ethylene diamine, therefore ethylene diamine. Then the ligand is sulfate. Sulfate is a anionic ligand, therefore we are writing sulfato. Sodium, aqua, dibromo, ethylene diamine, sulfato. Then the central metal ion is nickel, therefore nickelate 2. Sodium, aqua, dibromo, ethylene diamine, sulfato, nickelate. Okay, next last example. Fe4 FeCN6 thrice. Fe4 ion. Okay, in the anionic complex we use ferrate, but for the simple ion we use iron. Iron hexacyanoferrate. Iron hexacyanoferrate. Oxidation state of Fe is 2. Okay, for only central metal ion, or for only the metal ion present in the complex ion, we have to write the oxidation state. Therefore, iron hexacyanoferrate. Okay, here are the examples for the coordination compound with the cationic complex ion. Cationic complex ion means complex ion has a positive charge. Okay, as already know, whatever may be the type of the ion, whether it is simple or a complex, we have to write the cation first. Here cation is complex ion. Okay, SO4, the charge on the SO4 is -2. Therefore, charge on the complex ion becomes +2. -2 +2. Okay, ligands are arranged in alphabetical order. Therefore, pentamine, 5-ammonia pentamine. Then the nitrito, it is also ambidendate ligand. Ambidendate ligand nitrito, O means it is bonded through the oxygen. Therefore, pentamine nitrito O. Then the central metal ion is cobalt. Oxidation state is 3. Pentamine nitrito O cobalt 3. And outside the bracket, the counter ion is sulfate. Therefore, we have to write the sulfate. Counter ion means the ion which is present outside the bracket is called as counter ion. Therefore, pentamine nitrito O cobalt 3 sulfate. Second example, FeH2O5 NoSO4. Okay, cation is written first. The ligands are arranged in alphabetical order. Therefore, penta aqua, there are 5 water molecules. Penta aqua, NO is a neutral ligand, that is nitrosyl. Penta aqua, nitrosyl. The ligand is iron. Then the oxidation state is 2 and the counter ion is sulfate. Penta aqua, nitrosyl ion. Don't use ferrous or ferric here. Only in case of anionic complex we use ferrate. Here we have to use the element iron. The name of the element as iron. Penta aqua nitrosyl ion 2 sulfate. Next one. CONH6Cl3. There are 6 ammonia, therefore hexamine cobalt, oxidation state 3, chloride. Hexamine cobalt 3, chloride. Simple one. Next CONH35Cl. 2 types of ligand. They are arranged in alphabetical order. Therefore pentamine chloro, centrometal ion cobalt, oxidation state 3, counter ion chloride. Okay. Don't use dichloride. Cl2 means that don't write dichloride in case of 3Cl trichloride. It is only to balance the cation and anion. Okay, you just write chloride. Next one, CONH3,4H2O twice Cl3. It has 2 ligands, 2 type of ligand, aqua and amine. They are arranged in alphabetical order. Therefore tetramine, 2 water means diaqua, cobalt 3 and then chloride. Tetramine, diaqua, cobalt 3, chloride. Next one, FeH2O5NO. H2O5 means penta-aqua, NO is nitrosyl, centrometal ion is iron, 2 counter ion is sulfate. Penta-aqua nitrosyl ion sulfate. Next one, CONH35ONO-SO4, pentamine, then the nitrite O. Since it is ambidentate ligand, it is bonded to the oxygen. Okay, NO2 is written as ONO. Don't confuse here. ONO, it is bonded to the oxygen. Therefore, pentamine, nitrite O, and the centrometal ion is cobalt. Then O cobalt sulfate. Okay, pentamine, nitrite O, cobalt 3 sulfate. Okay, next example, CONH34H2O Br NO3, tetramine, therefore ammonia, water aqua, Br bromo, tetramine, aqua bromo, cobalt, oxidation state of the cobalt is 3, NO3 twice, 2 twice is to balance the cation and anion. The name of the counter ion is nitrate. Tetramine, aqua bromo, cobalt, nitrate. Okay. Next, the examples for the neutral complex. Okay, neutral complex, the name UPAC name is written as one word. The rules are same. Ligands are arranged in alphabetical order. Then we have to write the central metal ion, then oxidation state. First example, neutral complexes means the net charge on the complex ion is 0. Net charge on the complex ion is 0. CONH3 thrice NO2Cl Cn. It also has a 4 type of ligand. They are arranged in alphabetical order. Triamine, chloro, cyano, nitro. Here it is ambidentate ligand bonded to the nitrogen, therefore N, nitro N, cobalt 3. Triamine, chloro, cyano, nitro N, cobalt 3. Next to CONH3-Cl3, triamine, trichloro, cobalt 3. Triamine, trichloro, cobalt 3. Next one, third one, CONH thrice NO2 thrice, triamine, 3NO3, NO2, therefore trinitro. NO2 is a bridging ligand, ambidentate ligand bonded to nitrogen, therefore N cobalt 3. Next one, FeC5H5 twice. C5H5 is a cyclopentadienyl ion. It is a complex ligand. For complex ligand we use bis. or it has a ditri, then also we use bis. Therefore bis cyclopentadienyl, 2 cyclopentadienyl anion, therefore bis cyclopentadienyl, and the metal ion is ion 2. Next one, CONO2 thrice NH3 thrice triamine trinitro cobalt 3. Next one, C6H6 is benzene. As we know, benzene is a complex ligand, therefore we use bis. For complex ligands, we use a bis. Bis benzene chromium. Net charge on chromium is also 0, therefore bis benzene chromium 0. Last one, CH3NH2. CH3NH2 is a methylamine. Okay, it is a complex ligand, therefore we use bis. Dichloro bis methylamine. Dichloro, it don't have ditri. In that, then also you are using bis because this ligand is a complex ligand. Dichloro bis methylamine, and the central metal ion is copper 2. Okay, then the complexes which are both complex cation and complex anion. The rules are same. First we have to write the name of the cation, then the anion. Okay. The cation here is having the ligands 4 ammonia and 2 chlorine, therefore tetramine dichloropplatinum. Since it is a cation, therefore we are using platinum as it is. Tetramine dichloropplatinum, oxidation state is 4. Then the anionic part, the central metal is platinum and the ligands are chloride ions, therefore tetrachloroplatinate. Okay, in the cation we have to write platinum. In the anionic complex, for the central metal ion we have to add a suffix ate, therefore platinate. The oxidation state is 2. Tetramine dichloropplatinum 4 tetrachloroplatinate. Second example, it also has complex cation and complex anion. Complex cation is, first one is the complex cation and the second one is complex anion. First part has a 4 ammonia, therefore tetramine platinum, oxidation state is 2. Then tetrachloroplatinate, oxidation state here also 2. Tetramine platinum 2 tetrachloroplatinate. Okay, in this type of complexes, both the cation and anions are complexes. In some of the example, they will be given charges. As you can see in the first example, they have given charge. On the first PtNH3,4Cl2, they have given 2 plus, and for the PtCl4, they have given the 2 minus. In the second example, they have now given the charges, which is the cation, which is the anion, and then what is the oxidation state of the platinum in both the cationic complex and anionic complex. In such cases, we have to calculate the charges on the central metal ion. For this, we have to follow the following steps. If the charges were not given, then we have to calculate the charges on the complex ions first. Then we have to calculate the oxidation state of the central metal ion. For such cases, okay, you can see here, to decide whether the platinum in both the complex is +2 or +4. We know already platinum has a stable oxidation state +2 and +4. It may have a +2 or it may have a +4. In such cases, we have to calculate the charges. We calculate the oxidation state of the platinum in both the complex ion by considering the following steps. Okay, first we have to we have to consider -1 charge on the anion and then +1 charge on the cation, complex ion. Okay, first you write charge on the, first write the +1 charge on the cation and -1 charge on the anion. We don't know whether it is a +1 or -1. We have to assume it may have a +1 or it has a -1 charge. Then calculate the oxidation state. If we get a stable oxidation state +2 +4, then the charge is correct. If we don't get, then we have to proceed with the second step. Okay, when we take +1 and -1 charge, then the X becomes is equal to +1 for the cationic complex ion. For the anionic complex ion, we get X is equal to +3. But platinum do not have +1 and +3 oxidation state. Then the charges on the on the complex ion +1 -1 is wrong. Okay, then we have to take +2 and -2 charge on the complex ion. First we have taken +1 -1. Then we get a charges on the platinum or oxidation state of the platinum as +1 +3. But they don't exhibit the oxidation state +1 and +3. Therefore we have to take again +2 on the cation and -2 on the anion. Then we get X is equal to +2, and here also we get X is equal to +2. Okay, platinum exhibits stable oxidation state +2. Therefore charge on the oxidation state, we can say that it has a +2 on a cationic complex, -2 on the anion. If we don't get here also, then we have to take -3 and +3 on the cationic complex, then calculate the oxidation state. Then if we get the stable oxidation state, then it is correct. Again we proceed with the next step. Okay, here in this complex we get X is equal to +2 and X is equal to +2 for both cation and anionic complex, which is a stable oxidation state of the platinum. Therefore the charge on the cationic complex is +2 and the charge on the anionic complex is -2, and the oxidation state of the platinum is 2. Therefore in this example here we have taken oxidation state of the platinum as 2. Okay, these are the some of the examples to how to write the UPAC name of the coordination compounds. Thank you.